every time Morgan and I jump on a call, we always talk for hours. So we've actually already been on the call for an hour before this interview. So happy to have you here today, Morgan.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so glad that we could line this up. Thanks for having me.
Since you've developed your skills in network marketing and coaching a very large team globally, you've transitioned into more of the personal development coach mentor space, which I find so amazing to watch. I've been following along since the beginning. So, if you could just give us a little bit of insight into how you started and what your story was when you first got into network marketing, because you've got a very powerful story and how that changed your life.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I first found it at 21 years old. And before then, like, I finished school. I never was very good in school. In fact, I was told that, you know, to go and get a job working with my hands because you never get to really amount to much else. Like, go and get like some sort of construction job or mechanic or something like that, they told me. And in fact, they even said, we really advise you don't do anything in journalism, writing, speaking, or anything like that because it's not your strong suit. And then here I am this year. I just wrote my first book, and I've got a global speaking podcast, like where I speak on it, and I've trained around the world. And so it doesn't matter what people have told us in the past; it means nothing to us now if we choose it to be right. And so I left school thinking that I wasn't very smart, and I did what they all told me to do. And I when I got myself an apprenticeship as a carpenter. And in that kind of environment, I just went down the route of being around people that were drinking all the time, toxic, it was negative, fighting a lot. I'd spend a lot of weekends getting arrested. It was just hectic, and I had the goal, like I got into it because I wanted to become a carpenter because I saw that as like my end goal. I saw that as my vehicle to create a freedom life. Like if I can become a carpenter and build my own business here. Maybe I can get into property and do development one day. And if I can retire by the age of 50, then I'd be stoked. That's what I thought. In life, along our journey of like when we've got our vision and we know where we want to go in life, we are faced with situations where we don't really like sometimes. And that's the thing. It's like sometimes we just need to do the work. And regardless, like we're not going to enjoy it every single step of the way. And we've got to find joy in the process. So what I did was we had to move away for work to go and work where there was actually more work for us. So there wasn't much left here on the Gold Coast. And so we went away. I went away from this beautiful beach town I live. It's like the Miami Beach of Australia. And I had to move away from here. And I went up north to like a little country town. It was really crap. I really didn't like it. I was getting paid next to nothing. I was thinking I was getting paid about $10 an hour. We were working about 75 to 80 hours a week. So doing about 12 to 13-hour days, 6, sometimes 7 days a week in 40-degree heat. So like well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I think it is, right? Super hot, super shit, and was not enjoying it at all. And it wasn't too long before my body started to just get destroyed. And I used to look for different ways to help, I guess, escape, right? So all the people that we were working with, they were drinking every day. They were using drugs to wake up, drugs to go to sleep, drugs to keep going, and just everything. And they're in this super toxic, negative, depressive environment. Everything happening, right? It was crazy. And it didn't take too long before I fell into this absolute depressive state where I attempted to take my own life. I thought it'd be worse to leave this world than it would be to actually stay. And I just thought, I was like, well, what the hell? Like, this isn't what I signed up for when I finished school. I can't believe I've got here, yada, yada, yada. I went through all the victim thing, blaming everybody else until I just made the decision that day to go, I have been really happy before and now I'm really unhappy. So all I need to really do is figure out how I was happy before and what's changed. And maybe if I start doing that, then I might start to get that result again. And the first thing I thought about was my environment. I've changed my environment. I don't enjoy being around these people. And so I quit my job. And that was the last thing I wanted to do. I did not want to quit my job, right? Because I was like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do to get the result I want. But then I realized if it sacrifices your happiness and joy, nothing is more important than that. So I quit my job, came back down here, started getting around different people. This started to happen, but then I got introduced to network marketing when I was 21 years old because I was looking for something else. I was like, there's got to be something else out there where I can make another income. I want to make more money. I want to get around different people. And I found this vehicle, and then that's where I found the second pillar. And what I teach now is the 4 pillars to creating your dream life. Is the first 2 is the right environment, the second is the right vehicle, but needing a powerful vision inside of that vehicle as well. And that's what I knew. I had 21. I started seeing all these other people around me creating this awesome life. Young people traveling. They weren't waiting till they were 50. They were doing it in their 20s and 30s. And I just thought this was awesome. And I got into it and I just got to work. Like I didn't care what other people were saying about it. People had their opinions, but then I realized is that all the people that would talk negatively about that also talk negatively about other things, and they're mostly broke and unhappy people.